So, yeah, I'm planning on starting my voice acting career. My voice acting
Off to a great start.
voice acting career after I graduate. So, what are your tips?
Talk to yourself.
Yeah. Talk to yourself. Hold on. You just need to get used to your own voice. That's the first step. I think acceptance is the first step that your voice is going to sound weird to you. But yeah, networking, which none of us do, but you should definitely do that.
And like, if you see like any like labels or like books or anything like that, just read it out loud. Get used to reading scripts. And if you want to like try it out in different voices, that's even better.
And remember, regular acting is the first step.
Yeah.
You do acting before you do voices.
Yeah, it's interesting because some people, like relatives who don't know what voice acting is, are like, oh, are you going to do any regular acting soon? And I'm like, oh, okay. Wrong way to phrase that.
Get out of here.
Okay, that's Ben. I'm Nate. Take standard.
There you go. You've interrupted my introduction twice.
You said this is. We have to run this panel, man. Come on.
I'm the horseshoe man. Please do your
Drowning in horseshoes, also known as Jesse Wood. And then we have right here.
I love from Possible.
I'm Tommy Oliver.
I'm Passionality. And one clap. That was the courtesy clap for past analysis. Hi, we are, all of us do a thing where we make these YouTube videos about My Little Pony and we like read really deeply into it and stuff.
It's really dumb.
And apparently people like that stuff. Judging by the reactions we've been getting. So the purpose of this panel, I guess we should start by like explaining why. KP, you weren't, me and Tom were on last year's panel, so if you want to hear our answer to the question of why do you do this, you can just go watch that panel. But KP, why do you do this? What is this, man?
Fun.
That's what I said last year.
That's the right answer, man. That's the right answer.
You can't do that. You got to keep in there.
So, just because it's fun, nothing else? There's no deeper reason? For me, it's all about I have to understand why I like something.
I'm just very much into animation and like pop culture, so I just like putting two and two together. But also for you guys, I mean, come on.
Right. Like, when you put out a video and then someone comments and they're like, this video made my week, you're like, I have to do another one, because there's just no turning back from that. Pasta Past Analysis is also an analyst person. He hasn't done a video in like a year and a half though. Why do you do this stuff?
Because it's fun.
Oh, well, whatever. Okay. This question's going nowhere, Jesse.
Money.
Jesse, you're supposed to tell me no problem. I'm not asking the team app. They're not technically on the panel.
I was gonna say for the action, but you know, like the telling grown stories about silly ponies. It's the best.
So for this panel, I guess do we want to try analyzing the show, or do we just want to jump straight to a Q&A? Because like that's what we did last year. We just had people ask us questions and we analyzed the show.
That sums it up pretty well.
I don't know if any of you, there's probably going to be another applause from the 10 of you who do care, but there's an anime series called K-On! That is one of my favorite animes. And one of the great things about K-On! Is that it's just a show about adorable girls playing instruments and having a good time, just like Rainbow Rock's supposed to be. But in K-On! They go to like painstaking effort to make it look like they're playing exactly the same notes, and they have real instruments that you can go buy. And then I looked at Applejack, and she she had a Gibson Les Paul bass. And I've never seen a Gibson bass. It's like the most famous guitar ever.
It exists. Oh, okay.
It does exist.
All right.
But would that be like the bass of choice if you're like picking a cool
Is that
bass?
no?
Not at all?
No. Okay.
Yeah. So okay. Suspension of disbelief broken.
Well, she is just a high school kid. Maybe she would have like a bad bass.
She's also our horse, a magic.
Well, yeah. There's that.
Yeah, that's a good. Why do they still get the magical like horse ears when they like
That's
shred?
an excellent question.
And no one reacts.
It used to be magic of friendship, but now it's magic of music.
And what's really bothered me,
I know, it is.
what's really bothered me is like the Pegasus get the wings with the unicorn something.
We really do like the show, I promise.
Yeah,
Sure you do.
You like the show doesn't mean you have to embrace everything.
that's true. That we've probably all made that point in videos before, but we're trying to be like we're just trying to be nice and have fun. This is we're all just jaded, bitter individuals. We've been doing this way too long.
See, if any of you like want to get started in analysis, this is where you'll end up. You'll just look at it so hard, just be like, oh, I see where the flaw is now.
I love being My Little Pony. This is my life's ambition, and I'm never going to do anything else because this is where I belong.
This is coming from the guy who a week ago was like, BronyCon is the last Brony thing I'm ever doing. I'm getting called right now. Wow.
You're second in command.
We have ranks? Oh. There's a tier system involved and I was not aware?
Well, you were here the longest.
I don't know. That doesn't mean anything. I got nothing. Phone call. Who called you?
Do you want to start out the line?
Someone who wants to jeopardize this panel.
What did you think of the new song from the Rainbow Rocks?
The new song?
Oh, the new song. The one with the two girls.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was the best song ever. It was super radical.
Do this! Oh yeah!
Is that on? Okay.
I was going to ask you, what's your take on the comics?
The comics are great.
And they're considered canon unless proven otherwise.
Yeah, they are.
Right. Yeah. They are B canon.
They actually add so much to the show because, Tom, why don't you talk about this? Because you have...
Right. I actually just posted a video a little while ago on the first arc of the comics.
Yeah.
So, issues 1 through 4. I really like the comics. I actually think that they're better than the show in a lot of ways. Not all of them. There are a couple series they run, and there are just some hit and misses. But I think overall, I think a lot of the writing is a little bit more like complicated because it's a comic.
Right.
They got a bit more leeway in terms of like what they can do with it.
It's dense. It's very dense.
Katie Cook and Andy Price do some great, subtle, like pop culture references, and they expand and revisit a lot of ideas that the show drops.
One of my favorite scenes in all of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is in one of the comics. Then when Shining Armor is professing his love to Princess Cadence, it like tells the backstory of how they met.
Oh my God, yes.
And he sings a parody of the Oingo Boingo song "I Love Little Girls," but with the lyrics to be about "I love pretty pink princess ponies" or something like that.
It was fantastic.
It was just, it's a full-page spread of him on stage with like makeup, and like, it's supposed to take place in like the pony version of the '80s, and he's just singing I love pretty pink princesses," and I'm just like, oh my god, this is perfect.
That's exactly. Like,
That comic, dude, that art is just beautiful. It's like Shining Armor and Cadence. You know, everyone's biggest criticism of them, people who criticize them, is that they just show up in this episode out of nowhere, and they don't have enough time to become like fully realized characters. So in the comics, they gave a whole arc to telling you everything you needed to know about them, and I was like, they are now my favorite characters ever. They are awesome.
The comics are like, they're not all as good, like they vary in quality, but all of the ones by Katie Cook and Andy Price
Who are here, go get their autographs.
Yeah,
yeah. They're down in the
They're amazing.
comics and stuff like that.
They everything they do is the best MLP.
I think the best thing ever, the Rarity micro series comic.
Yeah.
Rarity gets trapped with a bunch of hippies.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I would agree.
It's a weird stoner comedy thing, but with ponies.
Yeah.
Zen and the art of...
Let's say to the next
Yeah, let's
question.
say to the next question.
If we take that long in each question, we're only able to get through like 5 questions.
Right. We need to like
This is a question for everyone. What's your take on Discord?
I love the Impossible Love can answer this for all of us.
Okay.
He cares the most.
I care the most.
I really love Discord. I think he's an interesting character because of his reformation. And I talk a lot about this. Like half my videos are about Discord and how much I love him. And I have a problem, all right? And I think it's really interesting because if he was so reformed by Fluttershy easily, it makes me wonder like what happened in his past. Like if he was like, you know, he couldn't have always been like this. And then like it's been really interesting during season 4 to see like. I was really scared like the first like 30 minutes of the finale when he was with T-Rex. I'm just like, there goes my internet career. But yeah, he's the most fascinating to me.
So what you're saying is that the idea that he got reformed means that he's a character who's capable of change and may have been several different ways in the past.
Yeah, because if it's really evil, it's hard to change. Like,
right. So it's possible maybe he had other Fluttershies in the past, or maybe he's been betrayed by friends before.
Celestia!
Like Celestia. Maybe he was friends. You guys start
giving those flowers about that episode.
Maybe he was friends with Celestia, and then he did what to him was a harmless prank, but to her was like he couldn't understand that he was
he just couldn't stand idly by while that.
I have a headcanon on this, you know?
All right, next question though.
Okay, so.